everyone, thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to look at these quirky little guys, the Artline Stix Brush Markers. They are actually super fun. So Artline is an Australian company, and they actually in Australia have a whole bunch of accessories that you can put on them, which I thought was super cool. But since I'm in Canada, I can't get the accessories without paying a ridiculous price. But again, the pens were kind of expensive too, but I mean, we're so lucky in Canada and the US with access to Tombos and whatnot, so we'll give Australia these guys. And so today I'm going to be reviewing them. I'm going to do my usual 3 ways of blending, one with the blender pen, one with each other, and then of course with the water pen. And then I will do some swatching as well. Head on over to the blog. I have my chart where I've entered them in to compare them to the Tombos and the Artist Loft and all those other, and the Scribbles That Matters brush pens, so you can check out the comparison chart to see. I know these guys have been around for a while. I'm only now just getting around to posting them. When they showed up, the box was completely destroyed. I think I got them off of Amazon Canada. I'm not too sure. They were around $40 to $50, I think. I bought them quite a while ago, so I can't remember where or when, so I apologize for that. Okay, first off, we're going to have a look at the colors. They have called their colors super basic and simple, which is great. So we have pink, dark red, red, orange, peach, yellow, green, green, dark green, turquoise. That's how you know it is not American, otherwise it would be teal. Light blue, sky blue, blue, royal blue, purple, magenta, brown, dark brown, gray, and black. So this is the 20 set, great variety of colors. I know you can get them in the 16, 12, and 5s, but I go big or go home, so I got them in the 20. Let's look at the appearance. These guys are triangular in shape. Part of the reason why I forgot I had them was I hid them from my sons. Because if they see these, they would take them and play with them, and I would lose them, and they were expensive. But basically they connect together and they're super fun and cool. I thought the shape would bother me, and also if you consider that it's bumpy, but when you take the lid off, you have that smooth area, and the triangular space actually makes, or triangular barrel actually is quite comfortable to hold, so that surprised me. If we compare this to a Tombow, it's a lot thicker in size, at least, the barrel, so, but we'll keep going. Like I said, I did hold one, I did do some writing with one, and it was pretty comfortable. So let's start the blending. So I'm on a yellow and green kick right now, so I've grabbed the yellow and the yellow green, and we're going to try these guys out to see how it goes. Okay, so right away, there's a lot of smudging. The ink just kind of sits on top of the page, like, and if you look at this, the paper is pulling up right away. This, I believe, is the Bristol board, so I guess, yeah, not the best. I'm gonna see if I can actually find my smooth watercolor, because this is not gonna work very well considering the paper was pulling up. Now it looks like the ink underneath was still wet, which is why, because the paper's not pulling up here, and I just smudged that too. So I'm going to be back with proper watercolor paper, and we're going to actually take the time to let it dry. Okay, so I grabbed the Strathmore mixed media with a vellum surface. It says it's for wet and dry media. It works good enough. It works well enough. So let's give this a try again. Super juicy. I haven't tested to see if it smudges on the vellum. Let's give that a try. Yeah, so these guys definitely need some time to dry. I mean, that's great for blending. That's going to be fantastic for blending, but for just regular writing, that's probably going to cause a headache. So we're going to go in with the yellow green and we're going to give that a try. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. If you look very carefully, sorry, that is paper. That's the paper lifting up, and yeah, so clearly it needs a better medium than what I have. So but they appear to be self-cleaning, which is great. So that's great. It's gonna leave that. Not a fan of that, but let's see how the pickup method works. So this is just a clear plastic sheet, and we're gonna pick it up and write and see how it goes. Does a lot better with that method than it does with the blending into each other method. On there pretty quickly. So let's just, oh, look at that, perfectly self-cleaning. I'm pumped about that. Okay, so let's try the blender pen. I'm sure we're going to run into the same issues. This is just a Tombow. It doesn't come with the blender pen. Oh, the blender pen is fantastic. Yeah, there you go. It's not nearly as bad as, say, blending with each other. That's pretty good. Oops. Smudging, smudging, smudging. I mean, the paper's coming up a little bit, but the colors are blending really nicely together, so that's really great. Like I said, it seems very saturated, and given the level of smudging, it definitely sits on the page. It's not soaking into the page as quickly, so you're definitely getting a lot more time to go in and create that blend if that's what you're going for. The other thing I wanted to do is just a generic water pen, and it's fine. Am in love with the watercolor pen effect. That is by far my favorite. Holy smokes. So I guess this is a bit of a spoiler, but I've been playing more with watercolors, and this right here is my jam. I'm really blown away with that. Super impressed. Now we're going to move on to the swatching, but in my blog I'll be sharing more images of the different blending methods that you can take a closer look at, and then I'll have my comparison chart with the Tombows, Scribbles That Matters, the UBs, the Artist Loft, and then you can see how these guys compare to that. And I mean, if you're in Australia and you were thinking about getting these, you can get an idea of what that's like compared to what we can get here in North America. Overall, these guys are super fun. I'm really happy with my purchase. I can actually, let me quickly head into my bullet journal and we can see what the bleeding situation's like. So I'll be back in a second. If you've watched some of my other videos where I do the pen testing in the planner, I think you know how this is gonna go. Whoa. This is Happy Planner. There's a little bit of ghosting, but actually almost no bleed through, which I thought was going to happen for sure. So here we have a 100 GSM bullet journal. Try this out. See, oh, there's a lot of ghosting in the 100 GSM. Little bit of bleed through starting to happen, and yeah, no smudging. So I guess let's get back to this one. Oh, I put it on something else. Okay, so let's check out the Leuchtturm. And there's bleed through, and there's smudging. So I wouldn't use this in the Leuchtturm. Erin Condren. I don't even know what to do this. Okay. Definite shadowing, a little bit of bleeding. Oh, I guess I'll bring this closer. Okay. And this is a Recollections. Okay. So a little bit of ghosting, nothing too serious, no bleed through. And no smudging on the opposite page. This was actually pretty good. It was gliding over these pages, which was really cool. And then let's do the 160 GSM page. So again, this is your Scribbles That Matters or your Archer and Olive. No ghosting, no bleeding. Just, yeah, no surprise. Okay, and now the time has finally arrived to move on to the swatching.